Hello again, everybody. I'm going to make another video today. Apparently another high school shooting has occurred. And once again, it's being broadcast live as events unfold. I hope you can hear me. It's kind of fucking windy. I'm not going to sit here and say that I remember everything from my youth. But I do remember the first time I heard of a high school shooting. Now, there was never a high school shooting when I was in high school, but I remember the first high school shooting, and it was Columbine. The very first time I ever heard of a high school shooting, it was Columbine. It was broadcast live to the nation, and it changed the way the media looked at high school shootings. I remember when it occurred, the nation acted like it was some huge tragedy, like it had never happened before. Now, I respect the fact that it was a tragedy, but acting like it had never happened before, was the game changer. High school shootings had happened before. I distinctly remember my dad saying that they used to happen when he was in high school. So you can only imagine they've probably been going on for a while. I mean, there was college shootings. There was that incident in Texas in the 60s. Now, high school shootings may be a bad thing, and the media portrays them like there's some huge thing, but in all reality, the media broadcasting it live, they're doing it for ratings. They're not doing it because they actually give a shit about anything that's actually happening. High school shootings used to be kept locally. You know, they were reported in the paper. They really weren't reported in the news. If they were, they were covered after the fact, and they were brief segments. They weren't really publicized. They weren't They weren't dramatized, you know. And so, for the media, high school shootings have become something of a ratings game instead of actual reporting news. They don't really give a damn what's happening. And for a while there, I used to agree with the masses that the best way to get rid of high school shootings, to prevent them, was more laws, more restrictions, more rules, concealed carry teachers, armed security guards, more police officers on the ground at campuses, metal detectors, and I used to agree with that, and then today I had a fucking epiphany while I was watching the live broadcast of this shit. It reminded me, I had a thought about my high school days. See, I was in a junior reserve ROTC when I was in high school, Marine Corps Division. So we had two trained retired Marines, Lieutenant Colonel Lister and First Sergeant Ramirez, on campus 5 days a week. We had an indoor gun range. We used air pistols. Yeah, they were air pistols. We shot pellets. But on the outside, we had a rifle range. We used modified M14s that shot 22 rounds. And so we had an outdoor shooting range, which means we had a gun safe on campus with rifles. And think about that for a second. We had two trained military personnel on campus with guns. And we never had a high school shooting in our campus. I wonder why. So it begs me to think that maybe the best thing to stop high school shootings would be, one, for the media to stop broadcasting it live, giving these people their 15 minutes of fame. Because I think that's why high school shootings have been increasing over the years. The media said this was the 18th high school shooting this year. Now, I don't know if that's accurate, but that's what the media said. I was watching this live. He said this was the 18th high school shooting this year. We're a month and a half into the new year, and it's the 18th shooting? The fuck? This shit's getting out of hand. So we don't need concealed carry teachers, because let's face it, even if they take the concealed carry class, it does not mean they're actually that good with their fucking gun. It doesn't mean that they go to the range regularly to practice to make sure they're really proficient with their aim. We don't need more police officers on campus. We don't need metal detectors. We don't need more restrictions and more rules. What we need is something set up kind of like my old high school, where It's an open campus, no fences, and you have 2 Marine Corps officers. I stress Marine Corps because they're my favorite branch, and I think they're the biggest, baddest bunch of them all. Give respect to all branches of the military. You're all some pretty badass sons of bitches. Unfortunately, I just like the Marines better. Put 2 fucking badass Marines on the block and start training students in comprehensive firearm safety and start training them to use these fucking rifles. Put an open gun range on there. Let the whole campus know there's fucking guns on campus, and I guarantee you, high school shootings will cease and desist. A motherfucker will think twice about walking on campus and open firing, knowing that there are more than 14 people on that campus trained to use a rifle and will be able to pick him off at 100 yards. Think about that for a second. Like, share, please. Enjoy the video. If you don't enjoy it, I don't care either way. I appreciate y'all anyways. Peace.